Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we are here towards the end of June, almost to the All-Star game. And look who's back, Ryan Braun. He's back in the lineup for his first game, so we finally get to see a full lineup with Brinson, Braun, and Thames. Man, this is going to be fun now because we're going to start to score runs. This is what our lineup is going to look like versus right-handed pitching. It's going to be VR leading off as always. Eric Thames is going to bat second. Braun third because we need that clutch at the 3 spot. Travis Shaw, he hits great versus right-handed pitching, so he's going to hit fourth. Domingo Santana is on fire. Speaking of him, let's just look at his stats. Because of his performance this year, he probably wasn't expected to do this good. So look at his stats. Look at his power versus left. I mean, +9. That man was on a mission to improve this year, and he's getting it done. So I'm giving him the nod over Broxton in right, and I'm putting Brinson in center because he's good at the plate. He hasn't come into his own. Versus left-handed pitching, it's a whole different story. I mean, I don't know if they have these stats on here, but versus left-handed pitching, this man gets a hit or a home run every time, it seems like. So versus left-handed pitching, I actually have him batting second because, I mean, literally, if I swing with power, he's smacking it. Because look at his power versus left, 91. He's not missing. So that's a good thing because now I have VR, Brinson, Braun, and Thames right in a row. That's a mega lineup right there. Man, I'm excited to face a left-handed pitcher. We're going up against the Miami Marlins in Ryan Braun's first game back. I have about 2 weeks to really decide if I'm going to trade him or not. I did get an offer from the Red Sox. It was actually kind of interesting. I forgot exactly who they offered me, but one of the guys they did throw on the deal was Eduardo Rodriguez, who's only a 23-year-old lefty, B potential 78 overall. I believe they also threw in Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval, and then they also threw in Mitch Moreland. That's who they threw in. So I'm like, nah. In order to get Braun from me, you gotta throw in at least two prospects and a good starting pitcher. I like Eduardo Rodriguez. I like that they threw him in there. He's only 23 years old. He's still got a lot of room to grow. But I was looking for something a little bit more. I don't know why they would do this trade, especially when they got Benintendi. I can't even say his name. Benintendi. He hasn't been in the majors that long, so I can't say his name yet. Because look at him. I mean, he's pretty good. I mean, he's A potential, 81 overall already as a rookie. So, I mean, I don't know why they would have want Braun at left. I mean, maybe they're just trying to go big, you know. And they got Jackie Bradley, who's great in center, and they got Mookie Betts in right, who's probably second best player in the MLB. Well, I mean, as far as a position player, he's second best probably behind Mike Trout. Kershaw's probably still 1 and 2 with Mike Trout. So I don't know why they would make that trade. It was interesting. I didn't accept it, obviously. So I want to see exactly what we can get before the deadline. I'm still in the standings. I'm still behind a little bit. We're 42 and 40 at this point. We're still behind the Diamondbacks by 5 games for that last wild card spot because we are not catching the Cubs here. 15 games back. We're not catching them. So, man, let's just get into this gameplay. Ryan Braun's first game back. The mega lineup is here. It's Thames, it's Shaw, it's Braun, it's Brinson, it's Santana, who's ripping the ball this year. Man, let's go. I'm excited. I'm actually going to be bringing you a doubleheader here going against the Marlins. Jimmy Nelson is on the mound. Look at that atrocious record, 3-9. I think this is his last time to get a chance to be in the starting rotation for the Brewers. I think if he blows it this game, I don't think I can give him the 5th spot in our rotation. I might have to move him down to AAA. I don't know, because if I put him in the bullpen, I mean, he's going to come into games giving up a lot of big hits. And in a lot of my games, I'm so close. I'm so in the game. I'm talking like 4-3 scores, 5-4, 5-3, like games I can't give up any more runs because I don't know what it is, but my lineup is solid, but I don't know, I just can't get any run production. I don't know what it is. But here we go. Ryan Braun gets a nice pitch in his first game back. Gets a hit up the middle. That feels good. And the next batter, Travis Shaw, is going to get one down the middle, taking it to opposite field. And that one is going to make it over the left fielder's glove for a home run. Let's just look at how close this left fielder is to getting it. Ozuna, oh, it just goes over the glove. So we take a 2-0 lead. And, you know, Jimmy Nelson's actually not pitching bad in this game. Look at this incredible double play by Travis Shaw. His defensive ratings actually aren't that good, but it seems like he plays better than his ratings. And here's Braun getting another hit. This is going to be a great addition to our lineup here. But look at me trying to do a hit and run, and I can't pull it off. Ryan Braun gets caught. I knew I was going to get thrown out at second on that, so I went back to first. And the story for the rest of this game is going to be Jimmy Nelson getting everybody to hit into a double play. And this was actually a good game for him. I mean, he didn't give up any runs. Neftali Feliz comes in the 9th, and he closes it out for the shutout. And we win the first game in this doubleheader 2-0. And we're going into this second game of this doubleheader versus Edinson Volquez. 4-6 on the year. Out of 16 starts, isn't too bad. You know, it's not great, obviously, but let's get it started. VR with a hit up the middle. The one thing I love about Edinson Volquez is so easy to see the ball out of his hands. And look at Eric Thames picking up where he is leaving off. I mean, he is hot now. He is on a streak. Eric Thames hitting his 10th homer on the season. He's ripping the ball. And the next batter, Braun, is going to come up and get another curveball over the middle. Braun is really good at hitting those off-speed pitches. And that Edinson Volquez just hung one. And Ryan Braun, he just takes it over the left field fence for his 6th homer of the season. And we take an early 3-0 lead. But in the 3rd inning, D. Gordon comes up and drives in a run. And he's going on the second with his 99 speed. I don't know why I threw it home. I had no chance of getting him. But on to the 6th inning, Lewis Brinson starts off the inning, gets a hit to the left side. So he's on first. The next batter, Kurt Suzuki, is going to get a pitch in the dirt. And Lewis Brinson is going to advance to second. And luckily, that was a throw to the left because I slid to the right, so I'm in there safely. Kurt Suzuki gets a ground ball up the middle, at least advances Brinson to third. And the next batter, Orlando Arcia, is going to get a hit up the middle. It's going to be a nice play by D. Gordon. He's going to come up throwing, but he throws it high. And the first baseman does not get his feet down in time. So we're on to the 8th inning here. And look at this. Junior Guerra gets a line drive off of his head. Man, I was on to the 8th inning. I was rolling with him. So now I had to bring in Jared Hughes. And the first batter he faces, he gives up a gapper. Man, and Braun is going to come up throwing, and this guy is going to reach home. And they're going to be on the board here. 2-4, they cut the deficit to. And D. Gordon once again gets a hit up the middle. And I come up throwing, but this time I throw to the cutoff to make sure he doesn't get to second this time. So I bring in Neftali Feliz for the 4-out save with 2 outs with a D. Gordon on third now. He gets a ground ball to Arcia, and he cannot handle it. All he needed to do was throw it to first, and that was it. I could have been out of that inning, but now we are on to the 11th inning, And the Marlins are hot here. They get stringed together 2 straight hits. And now they got guys on first and second. And man, here we go. We give up a big fly. I bring in Taylor Youngman, and he gives up a big fly to right. And the Marlins come all the way back. Look at that hanger. I hung it for him perfectly. So now we're on to the bottom of the 11th. Lewis Brinson can't do anything. Kurt Suzuki pops up to right. This is tough because we had the early lead, and RC can't get it done at the plate. So the Marlins are going to take this second game in the doubleheader. Hit subscribe. Man, I cannot believe we gave up that. We had 10 hits. They had 9, and they still won by 3 runs. See ya for the next episode.